president said that Congress would be brought into the loop. But what's laughable is the fact that Barack Obama made comments yesterday comparing what we're talking about now to what happened when he was president. He didn't block a path to the bomb. He paved a path to the bomb. Iran is not going to get a nuclear weapon. They're not going to have a path to a weapon. They're not going to be able to enrich uranium. I don't trust Iran. They lie. They cheat. You need to make sure whatever this is verifiable. It is enforceable.
He gave them everything, including a lot of money, which we don't give them, by the way, just in case you have any question. We'll be giving this out so you can read it and you can see. And it's a memorandum of understanding. If it doesn't get done in 60 days, that's all right. We go back to bombing. You know, I don't want to do that because it's so good. But we might have to, because we're never going to let them have a nuclear weapon. But they've agreed not to, and you'll see that very clearly in the agreement.
That was Senate Majority Whip Senator John Barrasso criticizing former President Barack Obama for touting his JCPOA Iran deal in the media. The senator saying, quote, well, what Obama did was never verifiable. He paved the path to Iran getting a nuclear bomb. And that was President Trump slamming Obama's deal, plus warning that if Iran doesn't do the deal in the agreed upon 60 days, the U.S. is going to go back to bombing. Joining us now from Senate Armed Services, Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt. Senator, it's great to see you again. Thanks for coming back on the show. What's your reaction to what you heard?
Oh, I think the president has been very clear from the get-go here what his objectives were, which is that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. And so now you've got an agreement, you know, the memorandum of understanding leading to agreement for 60 days here to ensure that they never do. He knocked back their military, knocked back their nuclear ambitions, their navies at the bottom of the sea, control the airspace. So we're operating from a position of strength. We have all the cards. And I think one tell here of why, you know, the Obama deal was a bad deal, this deal moving forward provides real opportunity, is the Gulf Arab states. They support this. They didn't support the Obama deal. They were never brought in. They didn't see a path. They only saw a path to Iran potentially having a nuclear weapon. That's been cut off now. So I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I think every American, regardless of your political stripe, should cheer peace here. Everything needs to be verified, of course, and that's what this memorandum of understanding sets out.
There was also this. Let's please get your reaction to former President Obama admitting that giving Iran, the world's worst state sponsor of terror, access to about $56 billion before getting Iran to agree to turn over its nuclear material, that's what he did. Watch.
It is true that if Iran lives up to its commitments, it will gain access to roughly $56 billion of its own money. Let's stipulate that some of that money will flow to activities that we object to. Iran supports terrorist organizations like Hezbollah. It supports proxy groups that threaten our interests and the interests of our allies, including proxy groups who killed our troops in Iraq.
Obama said, yes, giving them access to their frozen money would fund terror. And, you know, this is when basically Iran really ratcheted it up, trying to get a nuclear bomb. GOP lawmakers, military pros called this one of the most dangerous, reckless moves by a U.S. president ever. Do you agree? I
don't. Look, the president was very clear.
Talking about Barack Obama giving access to money and then they're funding, admitting they're funding terrorism.
Yeah, he front-loaded their ability and their ambitions to pursue a nuclear weapon. And we were operating not from a position of strength like we are now, but rather from a position of weakness. And, you know, this, you got to remember, this followed up on Obama's apology tour as he went around the world sort of apologizing for America. And so it was just it was an era of weakness. We're operating now from a position of strength. And, you know, I think, again, President Trump's been very clear about what the objectives are, and this furthers those.
Thank you so much, Senator Eric Schmitt from Senate Armed Services. It's good to see you, sir. Please come back soon. Now.